Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I am your host, Tyrannosaurus Senpai, and welcome to another Camp Cretaceous video today. And today, we're going to be breaking down the new Camp Cretaceous Season 4 trailer. We did the reaction last night. Click the bubble up here. Yeah, right there. Check it out, or you can wait till the end of the video, where hopefully I will remember to put that on the end screen. It will be there for you guys. But anyway, today we're going to be breaking down the trailer piece by piece, talking about what exactly we're seeing. The first scene we have is obviously the kids, Darius saying they're finally off the island, and everything is hunky-dory, everything's cool, everything's fine. It's all good, right? Of course, life seldomly goes in anyone's way, as we see in the next shot, the Mosasaurus attacking the campers' boat. And it is quite an intense scene, but the next shot, as we see the Mosasaurus' back, there is apparently a sonar, and the sonar is picking something up. Now, if you remember, in the previous season, just before the episode ended, we got to hear that there was some sort of dinosaur or some other prehistoric animal on the boat with the kids, so they're clearly not alone. This mark that we see right behind that little white blip near the center, that's obviously got to be what's on that boat. And I think that's what's drawing the Mosasaurus toward them. That or the fact that, well, it just likes to trash boats or things like that. I wasn't really expecting to see this, in all honesty. But in the next shot, we clearly hear one of the kids say,
"What is that?"
I get the feeling they're not talking about the Mosasaurus. I get the feeling they're talking about what's on that boat. Because clearly they don't know what it is. They know the Mosasaurus is there. They can see that shape. But whatever's on that boat, they don't recognize it. And I think we'll talk about that later. But looking at the article for Entertainment Weekly, the trailer begins with a rare moment of hope. The kids are sailing away from the nightmare of an island and all the deadly creatures that tried eating them over these past months. But that hope is struck down when the Mosasaurus swims up and attacks their boat. Soon they find themselves on a new island with even more new threats. And of course, sure enough, later in the trailer, we do see that the kids do in fact end up in an entirely new location thanks to the Mosasaurus intervening. And clearly, the kids do recognize that this place is not in fact Costa Rica. It is not anywhere near the mainland, from what I can gather. They are on a completely new location. And as reading the article, which talks about the first thing, literally, is the island itself. First things first, where the heck are these kids? I don't want to get too spoilery, but it is not Isla Sorna, and it is not one of the 5 deaths, Kreamer reveals. To recap a bit, the 5 deaths, otherwise known as the Las Cinco Muertes, are a collective of islands, the 5 islands, owned by InGen, the company behind the now defunct Jurassic Park and Jurassic World attractions. Only 2 of these islands are known to have cloned dinosaurs on them, Isla Nublar and Isla Sorna. This new island, whatever it is something completely separate. This is an island previously unseen in the Jurassic canon, Kreamer adds. The kids basically are going to have to figure out what the heck is going on, as opposed to the other season where the audience was ahead of them. And in this paragraph, we have a new photo here, which shows not 1, but 2 velociraptors. Now, this is interesting to look at, because not only does it confirm the return of the velociraptors in Camp Cretaceous, but it also confirms that Blue was not in fact the last of her kind. If we remember in Fallen Kingdom, Eli Mills specifically said that Blue was not the last of her species. However, we have 2 of these velociraptors here in Season 4. Now, it could be Eli Mills just very stupid. Let's face it, he got eaten by a T-Rex without even seeing it coming, even though it was pretty much right beside him. Or Blue is in fact the last of her kind, and these 2 raptors that we're seeing here are dead for some reason. Now, I am a bit disappointed that these are like a generic greenish brown kind of raptor. I would have loved to have seen the return of Isla Sorna raptors from Jurassic Park 3, or even the Tiger Stripe raptors. But we do know that this new island is not Isla Sorna, it's not on the Las Cinco Muertes, it is a completely new location. But I'm quite happy to see that the Velociraptor is coming back in Season 4 Camp Cretaceous to give us more of that, more raptors other than Blue, some much needed screen time. If I actually look close enough, these look a bit more like the Jurassic Park raptors in terms of skin color. They're still the Jurassic World raptors, but they kind of have that brownish color to them. But anyway, moving on from that, we then see that the island also has holographic doors and environments, as we see Brooklyn push a hexagonal door, which was teased in the first teaser trailer we got for Camp Cretaceous Season 4. And it leads to a long empty hallway, and the lights go on. Obviously, they're going to explore this. This is some sort of secret facility. I'm not sure what it could be. Well, actually, no, that's not true. We know exactly what this is. This is a secret headquarters, and we'll get to it later. This is really important, so I want you guys to remember this as we continue on throughout this entire thing, because it's going to get real here in a minute. And later, we finally get to see the reveal of our first dinosaur in this trailer, and that is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Which means not only do we have Velociraptor coming back, but we also have T-Rex. Now, apparently, this one is a female, even though it's green. I'm not sure how this happened, but all the T-Rexes that were green in the past in the Jurassic lore were males, and the brown ones were females. I get it, like, all the dinosaurs have different skin colors to make them different from each other, but in all honesty, they should have made this one a male just because it has the green coloration of the buck T-Rex from the Lost World. And maybe the color scheme is kind of like a love letter to the dinosaur itself, but I get the feeling that it was also them, like they called it a she, right? It doesn't make sense to give a green T-Rex the pronoun she if it's supposed to be a he, but that's my personal opinion. And of course we see the kids running, and the next shot we see is the eye of some sort of prehistoric creature. I've seen people call this a bird, I've seen people say this is a feathered dinosaur. I know exactly what this is, and it is neither of those two, but we will talk about that later. And then the next shot we see Darius tied to a rope, jumping into the water for some unknown reason, and in the shot after that we see him, what appears to be him getting dragged underneath by something. This could be the Mosasaurus, or it could be a little tease of a new aquatic creature coming. Could be anything. It could be a plesiosaur, it could be a ichthyosaur, it could be anything down there. Camp Cretaceous is not limited to a set of dinosaurs like the TPG was, because there are unlisted species on Isla Nublar, and potentially in the Jurassic World lore entirely. And in the next shot, we see Ben looking scared out of his wits, thank God, going through a cave with a torch. Now, I'm not sure why he would go in a cave. I'm not sure why he thought that was a smart idea. But it does come into play with what we will be seeing here pretty shortly in the trailer. Plus, it's so refreshing to see that Ben is actually nervous rather than all tough guy. Like, it's like, oh my God, I'm so triggered. And then, of course, we have the next shot showing the T-Rex, once again, fighting off a bunch of drones. Now, if you remember, we've seen these kind of drones before in the previous seasons of Camp Cretaceous. And this T-Rex looks extremely battered. She looks like she's gone through hell. She's got fresh wounds on her thighs, on her face, on her lower legs, even on her tail. She is badly beaten. She is not in a good state. Whatever has happened to her, it's very traumatic to the dinosaur. Whatever this company is doing to her is not a good thing for her body or for her health. And in the next shot, we go to a snowy biome. So this will be the first time we see any kind of Jurassic movie segment, aside from the very first moment of Jurassic World, where there is snow. Also, I just hit my microphone. I am very sorry. And we see them being attacked by, yeah, that's right, a robotic dog. And it's shooting what looks like an electric pulse at the window of these snowmobiles. And then we get another shot of it chasing the vehicle. It looks really smooth. I still am not too big on the fact that this robotic dog is a thing. But I think, I mean, if you're going to have a series with dinosaurs, right, you have all kinds of technology. I guess technology would have been so advanced that you could pretty much do whatever you wanted at that time. And of course, we do find out that there is some information here from Entertainment Weekly. Wherever the kids now find themselves, it's an island of robots. The first bots we see are drones herding a dinosaur, the same kind of drones we saw tailing the Scorpius Rex in Season 3. And if there are drones, that means someone is operating them. I think what it comes down to is who and why, Kreamer says. Those are some of the questions that we're going to start digging into. The trailer also finds the group interacting with a facility that appears to project different environments using holograms from icy tundras to deserts. The tundra one in particular comes with a robot that happens to look like a dinosaur. That, Kreamer says, came out of the writer's room. I don't see how that thing looks like a dinosaur. It looks like a dog. We've done 26 episodes of kids running away from dinosaurs in the jungle. So, what can we do that feels like it's part of the overall story, but that changes things up, ups the ante, ups the threat to the kids, he says. It's almost like Darius mentioned in Season 3 about the Scorpius Rex. They've only survived because they know how the dinosaurs are going to behave, or they know that what situation this situation is. He continues. Now, thanks to the Mosasaurus, they've been thrown into this whole new world where they don't know why things are happening, who's behind it. Obviously, things are not good. So not only is it all fear of dinosaurs and now robots, but it's also fear of the unknown. So wherever this new island is, there are robots, there's holograms, there's all kinds of futuristic stuff. And I think the main antagonist here isn't a dinosaur, but is in fact Manticore. Because we know that they had the drones, which they were using to spy on the island with. We know that, like, I guess they had a certain level of robotics, but seeing this robotic dog here, I didn't know that their technology was this advanced, to be perfectly honest. Either way, though, it's a cool entry into the series. I'm not gonna lie. And then the next shot we get is the reveal of the Smilodon coming to Camp Cretaceous. A lot of people had a lot of mixed reactions about this, but I openly welcome the Smilodon to the Jurassic World franchise. And this interview kind of explains how I feel about it. The original Jurassic Park saw a saber-toothed tiger plushie in the gift shop, while the Lockwood Mansion in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom held a skull of the beast. But Camp Cretaceous Season 4 will bring us our first cloned saber-toothed tiger on screen in the Jurassic franchise. I really wish they would stop calling it tiger, because there's no such thing as a saber-toothed tiger. It's a saber-toothed cat. This one I might take credit for, Kreamer says. We've now expanded this world where it's not just InGen, it's not just Biosyn. The company's trying to clone dinosaurs. People are making these prehistoric creatures, so it's like, why would they stop at just dinosaurs? Kreamer also confirms the big implications here is that there could be other non-dinosaur prehistoric creatures lurking around in Season 4. So this could mean many things. This could mean that we could be seeing things that lived before the dinosaurs, like the Lystrosaurus, that we know is going to be in Dominion, or things that lived after the dinosaurs, like, say, Megalosaurus, because of the snow, or Megatherium. Perhaps even a mammoth can make an appearance in Camp Cretaceous Season 4, if these are the kinds of implications we are getting here. Between this and the robotic dinos, might this all be teeing up things to come on the big screen in Jurassic World Dominion? Kreamer doesn't get specific, but says, we have our own corner of the franchise. It's completely rooted in the canon, but things that happen in our series informs things that in Fallen Kingdom, as well as the upcoming Dominion. This is all really important stuff, because this is something that will kind of tie in with Dominion, which is coming next year. So this is all important stuff to remember in the canon. And then later in the trailer, we see a whole bunch of stuff. We see Kenji sliding down what looks like a mountain slope. I'm not sure how that happened. I'm not sure what kind of situation he got in to do that. But in the next shot, we got the reveal of another new dinosaur, the Centrosaurus, which we knew was coming in Camp Cretaceous, thanks to the reveal of the cover art for Camp Cretaceous Season 4, and, of course, the arts that we got of the T-Rex and the Centrosaurus battling each other. But we're seeing it in the snow, of all places. This is an interesting choice. So for the first time ever in all Jurassic history, we're going to be seeing dinosaurs in the snow. Dominion, there's a chance that we'll see dinosaurs in the snow there, but it looks like Camp Cretaceous is going to beat it to it, and I'm quite thrilled about it, to be perfectly honest. And in the next shot, we see the robotic dog fall through the ice, which I guess kind of spoils the chase scene. I guess that means that the dog just drowns and dies. And then we see Darius running from something. It doesn't show what. But in the next shot, and this is very interesting to me, we see Kenji, Brooklyn, and Sammy screaming as we see a pair of carnivorous jaws chomp down in front of them. A lot of people have no explanation of what this thing could be. But I think I might have an idea. I think that this is a new Scorpius Rex. Hear me out. We know that the Scorpius Rex is capable of reproducing asexually, and that they grow at an extremely high rate. Plus, there has been a recent image floating around of the Scorpius Rex that could potentially be a new image, potentially revealing that Scorpius Rex will be, in fact, returning to Season 4 Camp Cretaceous. Now, if you look at the teeth that is shown here in this scene, those don't look like normal dinosaur teeth. They're all janky, they're misplaced, some of them are so close, some of them are far apart, some of them are bent backwards, some of them are very, very... like, the teeth don't have an organized formation. And that is a common trait that we see in the Scorpius Rex. I think that these three campers are standing face to face with the Scorpius Rex. I could be wrong, but we'll have to wait until December 3rd to finally find out what exactly is attacking these three kids. And then in the next shot, we see the Tyrannosaurus and the Centrosaurus duking it out, with drones flying all around them. This indicates that whoever is controlling these drones is making these dinosaurs battle each other for some reason. And it looks like the T-Rex is taking most of the damage here, even though the Centrosaurus is kind of unscathed. So this Centrosaurus has to be a new opponent for the Rex, because the Rex is so badly damaged, while the Centrosaurus is completely fine. However, it appears that this Centrosaurus will not live to see another day, as we see just before the camera cuts to black. I think it's safe to say that the T-Rex is the clear winner of that battle. We are not going to be seeing any more Centrosaurus after that. I'm afraid the T-Rex has put an end to that. But then, the money shot, the biggest reveal of all in this trailer, is the return of the Spinosaurus. And Scott Kreamer had a lot to say about this one. Lastly, we have a Spinosaurus. The last time we saw one was in Jurassic Park 3, chasing Alan Grant, Sam Neill, around Isla Sorna, according to Kreamer. There's a good chance that it might be the exact same Spinosaurus. So what we're looking at here is not a new Spinosaurus. The fact that it said there is a strong possibility it might be the same one pretty much confirms, yep, it's the same one. It's the same one from Jurassic Park 3. It's the same exact individual that we saw 20 years ago in Jurassic Park 3. So this is in fact the same individual that we saw before. That brings up another question, which Kreamer asked himself aloud. Well then, why the heck is it in a desert? Because that's not a normal habitat for a Spinosaurus. just something for the fans to think about. Kreamer also wanted to have a Spinosaurus on the show, noting that it's the largest carnivore on land. While Camp Cretaceous seasons typically come in with a central dino causing the most problems for the kids, the Spinosaurus isn't necessarily that for Season 4. We broadened out more, Kreamer says. The Spinosaurus is definitely prominent in Season 4, but I wouldn't say it's our main antagonist. It's not our Toro or Scorpius Rex. So while the Spinosaurus is going to be a big threat, it's not going to be extremely prominent. It's not going to be the main antagonist. I think it's going to be more along the lines of, let's say, the secondary villains, like the Indominus Rex, or Blue, or even the Baryonyx trio. These guys were like the secondary antagonists for the series. I think the Spinosaurus is going to be like the secondary antagonist for this season. And of course, after we see the reveal of the Spinosaurus, we hear Brooklyn say, "That's a new one." Just before the kids run and scream for their life. As the Spinosaurus chases them, we get the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous logo, and then the kids coming upon a facility of unknown description, decidingly going in, even though it's probably suicide. And then finally, Netflix, December 3rd. And that's it, you guys. That is my trailer breakdown for Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 4. There's a lot to look forward to. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Obviously, I will be doing a watch-along of this. I'm going to try to talk to Tristan, see if we can get him to join us on the stream, because I'd love to have him on this. But anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe today, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything new. Link to the Discord in the description down below. And until next time, this is Tyrannosaurus signing off. Alrighty then. Take care now. Bye-bye then.